Okay, so we're in the feeding ritual, and I would like you to feed your dog separately. We're doing this video just for you since you're going to feed them tomorrow morning. So I moved the bowls. I'm going to put one in that corner, one in this corner on this little enclave over there, and we're going to leave the bowls down on the floor all the time. That way the dogs walk by the bowls, see that they're empty, and then notice. Now she's about to be empty, so don't let her go over to Daisy's food. Now we came up with 2 words to feed them. Violet's word is grub. Daisy's word is chow. Now you guys want to change them yourself, Barbara, it's up to you. That was perfect. See, that little hiss worked. So once she's done, and she's inspected her bowls, it's done, so you're going to ask her to leave. So go ahead and get behind her the way we did before. And just walk towards her. And don't let her pass you. You're doing great. Keep going. It's like, but there's more food there. But that's not for you, sweetheart. So she's going.
She's so much more stubborn than Daisy is about this.
Well, I think Daisy is a little bit more insecure. I think she's more confident. All right, so now you're going to go and invite Daisy to go in, and you're just going to hook her Violet's collar if she tries to go in. Just say Daisy.
Daisy.
And make a kiss and tap the floor. There you go. Perfect. And if she wants to and walk her back, let go of the collar now. There you go. Perfect. And keep doing it that way. Perfect. Now, the only time I don't hiss, and you're doing great, slide your foot, keep sliding your foot in. There you go. She's trying to use it against you. There you go. Yeah, perfect. So I call that reverse herding. Now, once you're there, now take a step backwards. As soon as she sits down, big step. And then you're going to position yourself in the corner facing away, so that way you can kind of see both directions. So when one dog is eating here or there, the other dog is not allowed to get off or past this edge of this carpet deal here. I actually said there originally, but they seem to both gravitate to here, so I just go with what they're doing. Okay. So the dogs are only going to eat one at a time. And the one time I don't hiss at dogs is when one dog's eating. Because if you hiss at Violet right now, Daisy will think you're hissing at her. Now take a big step backwards. I don't want you to be standing there blocking the whole time. I want the dogs to do the work. Okay. So take another step backwards. And just kind of lean there casually. Now, the one thing we didn't go over is that you have to eat something first, Barbara. So we grabbed some of your crackers. By the way, they're a little bit stale. So just get something you can eat 5 or more bites of. Doesn't have to be your actual meal. But you're going to eat something first, then you're going to give the dogs permission to eat one at a time. Now, if one of them is protesting, you're going to let the other dog eat first. Now, I prefer to walk towards them as he just did, as opposed to grabbing their collar. But as you're starting out, you might have to grab them by their collar. And if they're both over there when you put the food down, what we did is I basically, before he grabbed the bowls and put the food in, we moved the dogs back on this side of the line. Then he did that. Now, when he was doing that, if you want to take the position you were in and face the corner, so turn around so you're facing this way? Yeah. This way. Yeah. So when you're doing that, you want to, ideally, you'd have your front facing this way, but when you're doing the, putting the food in the bowl up, correct. That's all right. Keep going. Now, they're going to push and try to get back to get your food. That's okay. Don't let them. Now, what I was starting to say, you need to eat something or 5 or more bites first. So just have a chip or a cracker, something on the counter up there before you feed them. And so you're going to have to stay in this area at least initially. Yeah, Daisy eats a lot more aggressively and faster than Violet does. But this way that both dogs see, Violet sees right here that you're not allowing her to, or he's not allowing her to get near Daisy when Daisy's eating. That can help Daisy feel more comfortable and vice versa. And every time you feed them this way, this is going to help them respect you as more of an authority figure because you're in control of a resource. So make sure you go in there, move the dogs away first, then put the food in the bowls, and then put the bowls down. Once the bowls are down, the dogs are not allowed to be in there. You're going to eat your chip, and I would have you walk over here with your back in that corner facing this direction, and that way you can march the dogs away. They're going to try to go in there, but they only needed about 2 corrections, and they were good. Yeah. Then we're going to invite whoever's calmest over to eat first. When they take their first bite for the next 2 months, that dog, you're going to say grub, or whatever. You know, each dog's going to have a unique word. So if Daisy's word is word is grub. When she takes her first bite, we say grub. So Daisy hears grub when there's food in her mouth. Violet doesn't have any food in her mouth, so the word doesn't mean anything to her. After a couple months, you'll be able to just say grub, and Daisy will go and eat, and Violet will wait. This is how we do structured feeding.